Yeah, good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to the new Rayonex webinar about the vet test kit, another veterinarian webinar, especially. Yeah, I'd like to welcome also my colleague, Ms. Gina Alberts. She's the specialist in the veterinarian area here at Rayonex, also involved in customer support, research and development. Very experienced. The one or the other may know her already from previous webinars, so it's not the first we are doing together here. Yeah, in the beginning, I'd like to give you a little review about the World Congress before I hand over to Gina. Of course, and I think many of you, or I hope many of you, also joined us during the third World Congress. Well, yeah, last week, 1.5 weeks ago. It was from my perspective, a really fantastic event with almost 1,300 registered participants, with a simultaneous translation into English and German, participants from 38 countries all around the world. So this was really, impressive to have so many visitors there. And we have heard very nice lectures from Germany, from the German specialists, from internationally. And it was a great event. But if you couldn't have participated, or whoever, because of the time or whatever happens, we promised that we recorded all the videos, all the lectures, also in all different languages. And you can see here the link. It's a landing page, rayonex.de/world-congress. And if you go to this page, you will find all the recordings, as you see on the picture here, from the different lectures. And from every speaker you can choose the presentation, means the lecture during the Congress. And also you can download a PDF where you will see all the slides, always in the original language, so in German or in English, but with the option to make your own notes. So it's a small PDF file where you can see the slides, the one or the other note, maybe from the training courses here in Lennestadt, from the online training course. Almost the same principle. And you can also choose different languages. So you can hear the translated English version or Italian version on all the videos. Therefore, you have on the landing page the option to choose the language you prefer. Yeah? So I can just recommend to have a look there and review the lectures. And in the future, there will also come another PDF, like a FAQ, because there are still some questions which we couldn't answer during the Congress, but we like to answer them subsequently. And this will also be launched in a couple of days there. So always have a look, brief look there, and see what is new. Of course, the videos are not only on our landing page, but also on the YouTube channel of Rayonex. Also there you have the chance, when you go on YouTube, just enter in the search function Rayonex and you come automatically to our own channel. And under playlists, you will also find the videos from the World Congress in all 3 languages. If there's still another language which is not offered here, maybe you know that you can choose subtitles in YouTube. You have to go to adjustments and can choose different languages. It's a YouTube, how it's called, on-the-fly translation. But it's not too bad, really, and maybe also helpful to understand what it's talking about in any other language, if it's besides English and Italian, French, for example, or Russian, or whatever. Yeah. So this is the possibility that on YouTube. Another landing page we just have established and is online is about webinars. You will find this under the website or landing page, rayonex.de/webinars. There we will announce all the international webinars with the date and the option directly here to register for the webinar. Very simple. You just click on the title of this of the webinar, like here, RAH Scan VET, what will be the next one in about 2 weeks already. I will say a few more words about this a little bit later. But whenever we schedule a new webinar, it will be put here on the landing page, and you can very convenient register already and forward the link to everybody who might be interested in. So it's not limited to anybody, so it's open to everybody. Also, the landing pages on the World Congress. So if you know someone who missed it, just provide him the links. Always welcome and a great pleasure to do that. Yeah, so people get the information. Yeah, then one more information about the next webinar coming. It's the Rayoscan for veterinarians. The one or the other heard a little bit from this also during the World Congress. Professor Heim spoke about this a little bit because this is tremendous development in the world or in the bioresonance according to Paul Schmidt. First of all, that we can do this now in the veterinarian area, so on the different animals, on cats, horses, dogs, possible. And what is also very new, it's not only working with fundamental frequencies, but we can now test RAH programs. So you can test the physiology, the pathology, and the system provides you automatic result, and later on also the therapy program, and also some more new features like you can check the improvement from one therapy from one scan to another. Many more things, but I don't want to talk too much about this, so I just want to make you curious for the next webinar in about 2 weeks. It's on the 15th, in 5 weeks internationally. The English one on the 15th of June. We will present it international in English, again here on Zoom, but you are welcome, of course, to register already for that very nice webinar, and a giant step for Rayonex, I would say, in the development. That's briefly a little bit from my side. Will be a pleasure now to forward the presentation here to Gina. But before, we have a little question for you. The topic today is the test kit for the veterinarian area, and what we like to know from you is, do you already have experience with this? Maybe not only in the veterinarian area, of course, but maybe also from the human side. But if you're used, why should I use a test kit? What's the meaning? How can I help here? So this is very interesting for us to know how the experience is here. Now the result already develops in a very interesting direction. I think most of you have already answered. Leave it for a few more seconds. So before I show the result, also for you may be interesting, Gina. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Have the people worked with test kits before or not? What do you think?
I think so.
You think so? Yeah, and you see, the result is very clear, so people are used to this. But I think it's very interesting to hear now, especially for the veterinarians, and how you can help the animals as a also very nice range of bioresonance according to Paul Schmidt. Yeah, Gina, I think your part. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. This one.
Oh, there was one missing. Oh, sorry. Okay, I close this one. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, another topic here, the online training course. We just had the first online training course a couple of weeks ago here. It's a complete video-based training with over 50 modules to learn everything about bioresonance according to Paul Schmidt. Of course, also as a part here for veterinarian. The fantastic thing about this that it's online and it's valid for 14 days, and you can plan your time however it fits into your schedule within these 14 days. You have these videos you can watch. You can have the slides. You can only watch the slides. You can download a handout where you can make your own notes. What is, I would say, a little bit unusual, that we offer 6 live Q&A sessions with our international trainers at a dedicated time. And then each participant has a possibility to join this via Zoom in that time and ask questions to the different modules or whatever it is. And since it's an open meeting, it's also a nice exchange from the participants, that you can learn from others how their experience is, what their approach is, and so on. So very interesting, and we had a fantastic response from the participants from the last course, especially here over the live Q&A sessions. Of course, what is missing is the practical part. Difficult to do that online, to work with a device or with different accessories, of course. But therefore, the distributors in your country will offer practical courses, which are also in line with a theory, what has been learned here on the online course, but just to see how it really works in practice, how to operate the Rayocom PS1000 Polar 4.0, the Tensor, and all these different things in a 1-2 day practical seminar. But this will be then carried out from the distributor. For registration as well, if you're interested in to participate here, the next course starts on Friday, 11th of June. Will be online until the 25th of June. Please contact your distributor. He will inform you more about all the terms for this course and provide you the link where to register. Yeah, we'll give you all this information. And of course, in the end of the course, there's a little exam, and where you then will receive, if you're successful, a nice participation certificate. Further courses will then come in September and December. So if you cannot participate in June, there's still 2 more options this year. And I think also we will continue probably in the future, because it's very convenient and we can approach many, many people all around the world. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, Gina.
So now I started. Yeah. Hello to the webinar, the VET test kit. But before we start with the VET test kit, we take a detailed look at the allergies and intolerance. And in the case of intolerance, food components cannot be digested properly. So this leads to inflammation and, for example, mucosal breakdown. So you have an inflammation which are stimulated from many components of the foods. The mucous membrane becomes permeable and the animals become more and more intolerant. The inflammation destroys the healthy intestinal flora. So yeast can be spread in the intestines, and the allergic reaction arise. So you have a problem with many foods. What are the symptoms of allergies and intolerances? You can have very diverse symptoms, which can affect different organs. For example, itching, the skin, cough, difficulty breathing, asthma. You have gastrointestinal complaints or muscle pain or mental symptoms. To develop our VET test kit, we tested many saliva samples from animals. And the effect of the main preservatives on the various animals was very interesting. So we have included 4 preservatives in our test kit. We have the iron 2 sulfate, we have the zinc sulfate 1 hydrate, we have the manganese 2 sulfate 1 hydrate, and we have the copper 2 sulfate 5 hydrate. On the picture, you can see the veterinary clinic where we carried out our test series. And these preservatives are found in the most common dry feed, horse muesli, and wet feed. So we tested in the clinic and look what happened to the animals when they have contact with these preservatives. What exactly did we test? We tested 50 samples from horses, dogs, and cats. The 4 preservatives we tested in the RAH-VET on the following organs: stomach, small intestine, colon, liver, and kidney. And this enabled us to understand which organ system are disturbed by the preservatives. Now I show you what the tests on the various animal species have shown. First, we look at the dog samples. The dog saliva samples showed strong disturbance to iron 2 sulfate and zinc sulfate 1 hydrate in the test. The gray field you see on the picture shows the iron 2 sulfate, and the orange field shows the zinc sulfate. And as you can see, the preservatives makes problems. In the next picture, I've shown, I summarized which organ are disturbed by the preservatives. You can see that the organ system of the large intestine and the liver were most frequently disturbed by the substance iron 2 sulfate. Red is the large intestine and the liver is brown on the picture, and then the small intestine, the green, and the kidney shows is the blue on this picture. So you can see the organ will have a problem with the iron 2 sulfate. On the next slide, I have the samples of the cat. The cat saliva samples showed strong disturbance to iron 2 sulfate in the test. The disturbance from zinc and copper was less strong. The iron 2 sulfate is gray, and the others are blue and orange. So we see similarities to the dog test. In contrast to the dog, only the colon and the liver are affected. In addition, the liver is more disturbed than the colon by the preservative. With the dog, it was exactly on the other way around. And you can see that the preservatives create different levels of stress in the different animal species. So the cat has more stress in the liver than in the colon with the same preservative. Finally, let's take a look at the horse samples. And this picture is very different to cat and dog. The horse saliva samples show disturbance to manganese. I think so. In German, it's mangan.
It's okay. Manganese is correct.
Half of the saliva samples did not show any disturbance to any of the 4 preservatives. The horse reacts completely different to dogs and cats. You see it on the picture. The organs that are disturbed are similar to those of dogs and cats. You can see that the large intestine and the liver have problem with the manganese. I think so.
Everything's correct.
Yeah. At this slide, I have you create an overview of which preservative cause problems in which animal. So you can see it as an overview. The difference between horse and dog and cat becomes clear again. The horse only react on the manganese. So there's a big difference between the species. All in all, iron 2 sulfate is problematic for dogs and cats, especially for the liver and the colon. But why is the iron problematic for the organism? And one reason for the intolerance could be the unwanted pH value influence by sulfate. The connection of the elements influence the tolerance. For example, a feed which contained iron oxide, not iron sulfate, were better tolerated in further tests and resolved no problems in the organ systems. So the connection is very important of these elements. In summary, for the horse, the test series on the preservatives, the horses reacted for the substance manganese 2-sulfate 1-hydrate, and the other preservatives are not used in horse feed, but beet molasses and the main preservatives in horse, is the main preservative in horse muesli. So we put it in the vet test kit. You can test it, the beet molasses, so you can see it if there is an intolerance. And other preservative in horse feed are calcium propionate and E322 preservative and apple pomace. With apple pomace, you have the risk of pesticide burden. So there are other preservatives in horse feed, and many of these are in the vet test kit. So you can test it. The chemical connection is important not only for the preservatives, but also for the minerals. The inorganic minerals are minerals that are bound on inorganic ions, for example, oxides or sulfates. And the organic minerals are minerals that bound on organic organic molecules like amino acids, which also called chelates. For example, I choose zinc. Zinc oxide, the inorganic mineral, is about 10 to 20% bioavailable for the organism. And zinc sulfate, also inorganic, is around 50 to 65 bioavailable. And as you can see, the chelate, the organic connection, is about 80 to 95 bioavailable. So you have a difference between the connection. Now we finally come to the content of the test, of the vet test kit. And I show you the content of this. First, it includes chemical substances like preservatives, colorings, and antioxidants, which are more often contained in ready-made feed for animals. Further, we have standard types of meat like chicken or beef, as well as special protein sources such as horse or game. It's important for testing animals with allergy. The test kit includes the most common types of grain and also components like soy and rice bran. It is important for feeding horses. In addition, we have oils that are used in animal feed, such as salmon oil, linseed oil, and black seed oil. They are good energizer in food for animals. Of course, fruits and vegetables are also part of the test kit. For example, we have apples, carrots, and beetroot, which are relevant in horse feeding, but also zucchini, potatoes, which are components of dog nutrition. So you can test, for example, the best bath ration. Further, we have some fish for testing. The vet test kit also contains the most common European pollen, which are important for testing and desensitization. I hope it's correctly. At the end, and of course, dairy products can also be tested. For example, quark, grainy cream cheese, milk, and egg. And at the end, you have the ampoule with mites and parasites like house dust mite, tick, or fleas. Now you know the content of the vet test kit, so we have a look at working with the test kit. And we start with the RAH-VET-0000 analysis preparation or with a RAH-VET physiology program. You can choose what you want. First, we need a rotation at the analysis preparation as with the normal test. Then you put the ampoules of the test kit one after the other in the protection cup. Another option is to use the protection detector. You see it on the picture, on the slide. With it, you touch the ampoules of the test kit one after the other, and you don't need to take them out of the test kit. So it's much easier for you. Of course, the ampoules can be also tested on other organ systems in the RAH-VET and not generally on the analysis preparation. For the desensitization, you put the incompatible ampoule from the vet test kit in the protection cuff, like on the picture. And during the harmonization, the frequency spectrum of the ampoule is transmitted bipolar, and the body learns to integrate or tolerate the substance. It's very easy. And I've at the end of the webinar, I have a case, a cat for you, and then I show how you test and how you can desensitization. Do desensitization. So at the end, some facts for you from the about the vet test kit. You have 87 ampoules with native individual substance. The ampoules are in practical leather case for mobile use, so you carry it with you. They hit us. Very easy. You have more space for your own test ampoules. You can see my test ampoules, my own, and here the Rayonex test ampoules. The legend gives you a quick reference, so you can have a look in it. And the test kit includes the most important preservative in the veterinary sector. And it's optimal for testing and harmonization of allergens. Here you can see, or in real life, it looks like this and this. Finally, I have a case study of a cat. You see a 2-year-old cat with strong itching. At the picture, you see the hotspots she had. And I test the cat with the vet test kit. And she was allergic on the preservative, some meat and grains, and 1 oil. I have an overview for you, the result of the testing with the test kit. So what did we do with the cat and the test result? We make an individual RAH program for the harmonization. You can see it on the left side of the slide. And at the beginning, we push the energetics with analysis preparation, vitalization, and the channels of the acupuncture. Then we treat the skin because there is a problem, the allergy and the pathology program hotspots. And at the end comes the detox and the stress reduction. The program can be individually adapted to animal. So, for example, when you have a dog which has respiratory problems, use the RAH-VET program for the respiratory. So you can choose individual RAH programs for the desensitization. While the harmonization is being carried out, the tested ampoules of the vet test kit are in the protective cup. In this case, we started with the meat, in the case of the cat. And you can ampoules of the same color. They have different colors like orange and so on, blue and green. Ampoules with the same color, you can desensitize at the same time. So in this case, I choose all meats which are intolerated and put them in the protection cup. I do the desensitization once a week. The animals should not have any contact with the allergens during the therapy. So that means that the feed had be adjusted. How long an allergy treatment takes depends on how long the animal has been allergic. After 4 to 8 weeks, you can test again with the test kit, and then you can see where are still problems, and you start a new desensitization. Yes, I'm at the end, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'm look forward for your questions.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thank you very much, Gina. I think there were a lot of challenging words in there from the chemical terms, and yeah, you did it in a fantastic way, really. So I think even in German, sometimes not that easy to pronounce them in a correct way. So very well done on that part. Yeah. Yeah, if you have questions to Gina Alvarez about the test kits, you're welcome to write down under Q&A, which you can find in the bottom of under the screen here. And it will be a pleasure to answer the questions to you right here. So we still have a little bit of time, so don't hesitate. If there's any question, so far I couldn't hear anything or couldn't see anything. So please don't be too shy to raise your question here.
Working with the test stats is clear.
Oh. Okay. Now the questions are coming. I start with the first one. Do you put ampoules from 000 program during all programs?
Ob ich die Ampullen durchgehend drauf stehen habe oder nur auf
That's
der
what I
Analyse?
understand, genau.
Ja. The ampoules are during the whole harmonization, not only on the analysis preparation, on the completely RAH-VET program you can see on the left side. They are always in the protection cup.
What's the therapy time per RAH program in the PS10?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is a very typical question. Specific, we'll try. It comes in German. That's curious.
Okay.
I will translate it in English first. I'm not sure if I find the right English words on that. Would you treat a nasal parakeratose, would you describe it as an allergy? Würden Sie eine nasale Parakeratose als Allergie behandeln? I don't know the word really.
Also ich beantworte mal kurz auf Englisch, dann kannst du ja übersetzen.
Ja.
Also ich würde auf jeden Fall auch eine Allergietestung machen bei einer Hyperkeratose.
Okay.
Ich glaube, das ist gemeint, weil natürlich das ein zusätzlicher Faktor sein kann, der die Haut betrifft und eine Allergie als Ursache sein kann.
Okay. I'll try to translate, yeah. You recommend to do also the allergy test here, as it called hyperparakeratose or something. Sorry if it's wrong, because this affects the skin, and the skin is lightly affected from an allergy, and so this can really support the treatment here, also to do the allergy testing.
Yes.
At least you're not doing anything wrong.
Yes.
Very interesting question. Also regarding our question in the beginning, how would you recommend to make your own ampoules so they have a maximum lifespan of the energy within the ampule?
Bedeutet das Haltbarkeit?
Genau, damit die eine längere Haltbarkeit haben, dass sie möglichst lange haltbar sind, wenn man eigene produziert.
Ich schreibe tatsächlich ein Datum drauf und schmeiße sie irgendwann weg. Also ich kann die nicht länger haltbar machen.
Was empfiehlst du da?
Ich schmeiße sie meistens nach einem Jahr weg, aber wenn man jetzt Frischfleisch einpackt, dann hält es halt auch nur ein paar Stunden. Ne?
Ja. Okay, from her experience, what she's doing in practice also when she creates her own ones, really simply put the date on it. Some of their own created ampoules last for approximately a year. It also depends on the substance, what you put in there. If you use, for example, meat, this will probably not last a year in the ampule. Important is, of course, that you close them really tight, that there's no air circulation in the ampule, what will have an effect on the lifespan. But weed or something, some special, or poles from your area, I think 1 year is no problem. I think for the vet test kits, we also give a lifespan. I think it's about 4 years.
5 years. Yes.
Yeah, 5 years. So then this is assured that the ampoules are okay and that you don't have any unwanted developments inside the ampoules. Yeah. Okay, this answered already another question here. Then one more. How many times for a week you recommend to do the harmonization in case of a strong and longer allergy or pathology?
I would harmonize 1 time a week. And then for 4 weeks, and then you could, was heißt das, verlängern, den Zeitraum immer weiter verlängern.
Extended time frame.
Yeah. Yes, so you can see, ob es halt schon ausreichend ist. Also ich passe das immer weiter an und mache diesen Zeitraum auseinander.
Yeah, so you have to observe. So for the beginning, what Gina just said, but then really test again. And of course, observe the animal, see if the symptoms disappear, or if they're still there or still dominant, or if you see an improvement. And then from, let's say, month to month, more or less, to extend the program and continue the program. From my experience, it's clear if you develop the problem over many, many years, you also may need a little bit more longer time to have a complete treatment here and the symptoms disappear. Sometimes it goes very fast, but it can also take a couple of weeks, really. So you have to observe and also test again. Yeah, I think also we answered a lot of questions here. Yeah, and I think no more coming. Yeah, I can just say thank you again, Gina, for your time. You did a really great job again, and I think give very good and important information about where to look at. Also, for animals, people take care on themselves in the meantime about preservatives, but this affects, of course, also our animals. And so, therefore, with this test kit, we have a fantastic solution and opportunity to test and help the animals in this way because they can't do it by themselves, really. So it's a fantastic tool here. Yeah, again, thank you very much to Gina, and thank you to all the participants. So coming to an end here, we wish you all the best from Lennestadt. Please stay healthy in these severe times, and have a look on the landing pages for the World Congress, but also for the webinars and the one for the vet scan coming in 5 weeks from now. Hope to welcome you there again for this nice presentation. Have a good day. Take care, everybody. And
Bye.
see you soon again. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.